Hi everybody, it's Julie, and I'm here with a Goodwill haul. It's actually from a couple of Goodwills, and I have already done this video, and it didn't work. So I'm doing it again. So we're gonna start. I'm kind of gonna do it backwards because everything's already out on the table. So let me look around and make sure we're not missing anything, because you know I usually put things around me. Okay, here we go. So I got this lighthouse. I don't know if you can see it. It's got little lighthouses on it. Wrapping paper. And it's by Innisbrook. It's very, very nice, and there's a lot in there. It's a very heavy roll of paper, so I'm excited about that. And then I got this box of pictures, and they are from the actual pictures are from the 1920s and 30s, but they're flowers, and there's 5 of this one, and 5 of the calla lily, and 4, I think, of the amaryllis, and 4 of the cactus flower. And I just thought these were awesome, and I will probably use the amaryllis, at least one of them, in the junk trunk book I'm making. And I know I'll use a calla lily in my daughter's fairy book. And so that was exciting. And they came in the box. And it's a nice thick box, so I'll be able to use that for something. Oh, I found more. I got this gold ribbon, and it's from Kirkland, and it originally had 50 yards. It probably has like 48. It doesn't really have very much missing. So with Christmas in July coming up, that is exciting. Okay, I thought I put this back, but I didn't. It's the Journal of Awesome, and it's very hilarious boy stuff. So, I mean, that's what I would consider it. So, it's got prompts in there that are very, what is the word? Oh, very boy. So this is a cool book. I have another one similar to this, and it has quotes by women. This one is actually parchment paper, and I'm planning that I'll just take the book part like I've been doing, and maybe at the end I will show you how I do that, and we'll try and see if that's going to work. Okay? This is really cool. It is a card kit, and everything was in here, and of course I've taken stuff out, but it has templates for a little purse, a square envelope, a rectangle envelope, a petal envelope. It had this, it's called a folder tool, and it has this little extra point here so that you can get into the holes that are on the thing, I think. And so it's a little bone folder with the extra tool on it. Then it also had a bunch of paper. So it has 22 sheets of paper, including cardstock. So, and they're cute. There's daisies, there's dragonflies, little purses with galoshes or boots. So that was really cool. I thought that was cool. Okay, next we have a little bag of material. And I didn't look through the material until I made the video, except I did open it to look at this Christmas one. And as soon as I opened it and found out that it was actually a quilt top piece, it's actually a table runner. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll keep, yeah, I want that. And look, the middle square has the little bird in it. So, I think this is going to be a fun thing for December daily. And remember, we're going to be doing Christmas in July. What happens in July is there will be a Christmas video and a regular video every day. So that's quite the challenge for me, but it's kind of exciting. So there are several other great materials. A whole bunch of this that is like batik style, and I'm going to put it in with my boho stuff. Look at this one with the bird. I think that is just awesome. This one here, more green, and a piece of teal material. It's not often that we find teal anything. This is an ombre material, so that one's cool. Always great to get something peach. So giant peach poppies. It's the pinky peach. And now we're into more of those batik materials, a whole bunch. So what are they calling it? Just, Blank Textiles is the name of the company. But there's a fall one. Here's a red one with leaves. And this piece of green with the little squares on it. Some more of the green. Green with green. This one has that alcohol ink look, and then it has leaves on top. This one with the polka dots, and they are pink and they go into orange. Isn't that a great piece of material? So that was a fun find. Like I said, I was sold. Like I needed more material. And then, like I said, all I did was look at that piece, and this was in here. So there's this that has the little leaves, and they kind of go with this little snowman piece. Isn't he cute? He's melting. He's melting. It's got an ornament. And they say, ho, 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 ho. So there's a little piece and a big piece. And then here's a snowflake piece. And then look at that. And then this. I love this. So that is the material part of this haul. And then they had a bag full of trims, and this is separate. So I got this little orange sequins, and it is time to switch my grand room over to, I do orange and sunflowers and in that room for summer, and then it stays all the way through fall, and then I add the pumpkins and stuff in fall, and then Thanksgiving. So I was looking for orange things because I want to make some of the things that I make to decorate in that room. So this had rickracs and bias tape. So a teal rickrack, of course, will go in the teal or turquoise box, and some yellows. And look at the prices on some of these. At $1.30, there was one for 90 cents. $1.30, $1.05. This is and this is mini piping. And so bias tape and seam binding. There's a peach. I'm going to put this one in with the junk trunk kit. And some blue and kind of a darker red. And a little white one. I'll put that with the junk trunk too. And look at that. Now I could see this. And it's 2.5 yards. It was 49 cents. And I was like, oh, I had to have it just because of that. It's crazy, isn't it? But I had to have it, so I have it. It's some orange rickrack. And some seam binding here. Iron-on seam binding. And some more here. And some more white rickrack. This was 19 cents. So that makes, I'm definitely vintage, right? Definitely vintage. So the packaging I'll be able to use in a book too, in a journal. Because I have started collecting enough vintage stuff that I will be able to make, and then we have some red rickrack. I will be able to make some vintage that are actually everything in them is vintage books. So this one I opened it up and I don't know what I did. Yeah, here it is. It had some little tiny pieces of material in it. Look at those little teeny tiny rosebuds. So I put it up here so that I can make something out of it. So I was pretty excited about that little batch of stuff. And then these snap tape. So I think those will make a clever closure. We'll try it on, I don't know if you guys all remember snap tape. So you sew it in and then you can snap it. But that will, it'll be interesting. We'll see. I will use it for something. That's the one thing about when you buy these grab bags, you totally may not know what you're getting. I had no idea. Okay, this was also in there, and I am pretty darn excited about those. Can always use more beads, and it's nice to not have to go buy them. I mean, I bought them, but they'll be here, right? You get it, right? Okay, so now I have some books. And there was more books in this. Oh, well. Okay, never mind. Okay, so Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. And I'm not sure I have actual Winnie the Pooh books in my Winnie the Pooh stuff. But I looked at this and I thought, well, there's a pocket. That could be a pocket. I can just cut and have these cut out. I love when the books have like the map. See, they've taken it out of this side, but this will be great. And yeah, I love that. And then oh, here it is. Oh, look, he's swinging. That'll have to go in the swinging book stuff. So, pretty cool. And, won't that make a cute tag? So that is my idea, and when I do this, I will show it. I mean, this kind of stuff can go in a garden book. So, but I will go ahead and I will take this book apart and have it ready to use. I Can Fly. This is one of my favorite stories from as a child. I have a hardback, like one of those baby book, not a baby book, but a book for babies. The hardback, so that it's not the real, it's not paper, it's cardboard. of the I Can Fly that is my favorite illustrations. But I loved this book. And at this Goodwill, your books are only, children's books are 79 cents. So I love this book. So a bird can fly, so can I is how it starts. But here we are, the girl running with the flowers, some birds. We've got some farmland. We've got some beach stuff going on in it. And some more farm. So the hardest thing is going to be choosing what goes into what pile. So there was one ripped page. Bump, 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 I'm a camel with a hump. Does anybody else remember this book? So here's an owl that could go in a book that's about owls. There's some kitty cats. The goldfish behind her. She's a turtle. And there they are. Isn't that... I'm thinking about doing a book, a journal just called Frolic. And that is the picture of Frolic to me. Friendship, Frolic. It's probably brother and sister. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? So, yeah. So I got that book. Over here, I got some birthday invitations, and it had the teapot and the teacups. It kind of looked Mary Englebrightish. It's not, but I thought I might be able to use it with that, but also with the tea, or I can cut this off and it can go with coffee, even though they are teacups. And then look at this, can be a tag in a book, in a journal also, because you know I use every little piece. Every little piece. So I made some more of those little tags, like the one that was on the this thing, the fairy in the jar. There's a video on how I made that. Okay, and oh, by the way, so I bought the jars at the Dollar Tree. I bought these jars, these plastic jars. It's a plastic Ziploc bag, and I bought them at the Dollar Tree. I didn't make them, but they are really cute. Okay, so next I got this bracelet, and I bought it for the charms, and so I'll also get the beads, and they will be great on all the different things. But look, this bracelet had a shell, a bikini, an umbrella, a starfish, a sun, and a drink. And so what I will do with this, oh, those are buttons. Oh, I was going to take it out, I guess I can put it in with the earrings. Just put the earrings on top. Just so. Okay, so I have a summer project that I'm working on that I actually was like, oh, I can use those in the project that I'm doing. Okay. So there we go. Yeah, I won't be, oh, there's a bead inside the tag. There we go. So that was kind of cool because, you know, the charms and like the card of charms at Michael's and stuff, those are $4 or $5. So half price would be $2 or $2.50. Plus I got the beads. So next is really exciting. And these are, they're single postcard cards. I'll show you the envelope first. The envelope is really cool. It is 6 inches. So it is just barely the size of most of the books I do. And it is, excuse me, it is square. So it's 6 by 6 square. Very, very cute. Then this is the card, and there was a bunch all in this box. And it says, when the first baby laughed for the first time, the laugh broke into 1,000 pieces, and they went skipping about, and that was the beginning of fairies. Sir James Matthew Barrie from Peter Pan, Act 1. So I thought it would be really cool to have this and then to have, to have fairies. A fairy here or something. So these are going into the fairy kits that are still open on the kitchen table, waiting now for these. So each of the kits that just got finished, are going to get those added to that. Okay. So, yeah, fairy kits, until they leave the house, they continue to get more stuff. That's just how kits work here at my house. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to try and show you how I'm going to take apart this book. So there's a really cool page here. I don't know if you can see that, feel that, so we'll put that in there. And it looks like, we want to see what kind of, if we're glued, what our situation is here. So I'm going to take the cover off and put it over here. Okay, and then I'm going to reach in and want to see if these are going to come off as single pages. Yeah, so it's glued. It's a glued book. So so this is easy. But I wanted to make sure that it's clear and ready for me to take this off, because otherwise you end up ripping your book. Okay. So when it gets to a certain point, you can come back and do the same thing from the back of the book. Okay, so that you can see that's pretty. These are coming off pretty easy. So each one of these pages has a flower drawing and a quote. And I thought, you know what? It's going to be pretty easy to just go ahead and do this, and you'll have a flower page, a quote, and a quote. So, or let's see. Yeah, that won't work. I was going to say you could go like this, but you lose that. But you can take and cut a page out, glue, and they're a little bit wider than my usual 6-inch book. They're about 6.5 inches. So you would want to cut the sides off or fold it. So, okay, we'll put this one right here so that, because it's already folded. So that is how I process a book. And if I do this, instead of just putting the book back up on the shelf, this will actually get used. This is a great book for many, many types. Many types of books. Using these quotes are all by women. I believe this is the book that I should have checked that before I said that. I believe this is the book that the quotes are all by women. So maybe the weeds in here are making me sneeze. So there's some pages with some leaves. Isn't this cool? Some dogwood. So anyway, so that is how I would process and have this book ready to use in my journals or to give away. So the Tigger book, let's see if this one, how this one is. Okay, this one is sewn in. So I'm going to separate. Whoop, I took the cover off. Okay. I'm looking for an X-Acto knife. Exactly. Should be in here. Oh, nope. There it is. Okay. The right tools for each job. The right tool for this is an X-Acto knife. Okay, so this is an X-Acto knife with the blade. And then this book, how is it going to come apart? It is going to come apart in signatures. So you want to find your signature. And then the signatures, it looks like they might be glued together. No, yeah, well they are, but now you just pull that out of your threads. And now we have pages that you can put in a certain order. So if you were going to use, be doing a book where you wanted to have the pages together, then you can go ahead and just put smaller pages in between. You could put this part of your book as a signature and then put some other pages. Like I said, though, with this, I'm going to actually be coming in and cutting up the books and using it for pockets and tags for my my Winnie the Pooh kits. So there we go. So there's the next signature. So you just go through and, your books can be put together in a variety of ways. And when Tigger looked down, he was very scared. How did this tree get so high? I totally remember this. My kids would remember it too, because we used to play a Winnie the Pooh video VHS tape every day when they were kids. So, and now we also can use this book cover and just add a spine to it and have it be a book. And then you just come down and cover this with something. And so there's that book, all taken apart. Okay, and then we have the I Can Fly book. And this one is a little golden book. I haven't taken apart a little golden book yet. Okay, so it looks like it is sewn also. Let's see if we can... That might be glued. Well, that didn't work. Oh, it's stapled. It's stapled. Somebody's out there going, Julie, those are stapled. See, they're just all different kinds. And I had to have my husband use his machine to get the staple. He used a grinder to get the staples off the wallpaper book I had. But oh my gosh, same thing. It's like wallpaper book in, or the wallpaper in the wallpaper book. I couldn't get it in there to get the wallpaper out without ripping. Or even using the X-Acto knife, I lost like an inch of paper. And yes, that inch of the paper had the screw hole and the staple holes, but when he fixed it and we were able to undo it, it worked really well. Okay, so let's try this. It is not going to come out, you guys. Well, it is. I mean, eventually I will get it out, but apparently not here for you on this video. Because I don't know if y'all know, but I have a bad thumb. Oh, look at, ha! Okay, so one is out. I guess you just have to work it. Have to really want it to have it come undone. But after getting it out of there, then you will have the full pages. Okay, and these pages are under 6, so you'll be able to fold in a whole page, which is kind of nice instead of just having it be a flip. The other thing is I like my OCD again. I like my pages. I like to be able to read them up and down. Unless it's just like a quote, then that doesn't bother me as much that it's in the wrong orientation. So just working the staple there. And be very careful because, you know, a staple can be dangerous, and especially on these vintage books, make sure, you know, you've had a tetanus shot. Oh, make sure if you're working with all this old stuff, you want to definitely make sure. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that. And then the only pieces that are still kind of stuck are these two. But now you have book pages that you can take out and use in your book. So I hope you enjoyed this informative take your book apart after you bought it at the Goodwill video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. What was your favorite thing from this haul? There was the Peter Pan stuff, the remnants, or the notions, the remnants, the cards, and the card kit. I think that's it. So find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for being here. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.